We are live. Yes, we are live over YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, as well as Twitter. Apa kabar kamurang semua? Welcome to another episode of Alive with me, Daphne Iking. Things are gonna get hot over here, and not because the sun is out, or actually it's dull outside. Yes, today we're gonna talk about sex, but before that, let's quickly address that today's live stream did not require any finance licensing. Phew! That's right, guys. Comms Minister Saifuddin Abdullah has become an instant sensation for saying that even social media users are subject to film licensing laws under the National Film Development Corporation of FINAS. And of course, Saifuddin's statement suggested that anyone who produces videos, be them TikTok lah, YouTube lah, Instagram ka, live stream ka, Facebook or whatever else, would need licenses for their productions to not be illegal. So naturally I was shocked lah bila saya dengar ni kan 2 days ago. Oh, terkejut saya because someone sent me the article. Terus saya pun buat live stream straight away melalui saya punya IG live, bukan sup saya dengar. And of course there was a huge outcry. Kan be? Bukan ke tu? Oh my god, that was so crazy. I mean, what was he thinking?
The thing is simple. I'm asking whether actually FINAS is actually relevant now.
Why do you say that?
You know, because now if everyone is into YouTubing and into social media, and actually even like okay, before this when FINAS was up, FINAS is part of the word FINAS is actually film. But there's no
national
film anymore. Yeah, it's all digital content.
There is film.
Nobody makes film. No.
There is. Oh, like the actual
film,
physical film.
Because back then it was a piece of plastic celluloid, and then there's alcohol on it and whatever.
Okay, he's getting too technical now. He's just showing.
Yeah, and then you turn it into a picture. So now it's all digital. So you shouldn't be called film. So actually, nobody shoots in film anymore.
Well, that's just it. Because of course, a lot of people got angry with what he said. Everyone went on board to just bamboo him. You see, Sadik's TikTok, that was quite funny.
Yeah, he's using an old law
where 1981.
Film you need a license.
Yeah.
But now there's no film anymore, and even the RTM also is shooting and putting on YouTube. So
on
actually,
DSLR.
we don't need
Everyone's
FINAS.
using DSLRs to shoot their
So
productions.
myself, we just disband FINAS. I said it. No need anymore. That money that we put into FINAS, maybe KKMM can use it for other things like making better content. That's it. Itu saja.
Yeah, he actually really wanted to address that statement. But anyway, after that huge outcry, the minister made a U-turn. Later in the day, of course, he came up with 2 statements, if I'm not mistaken. My friends were sharing it. And saying that the government does not intend to use the FINAS Act to stifle personal freedoms on social media. Nasib baik juga, because today kan kita buat live stream macam perlu kasih menggunakan 50
kalau kita
50,000 ringgit.
memerlukan permit hari ni, mati.
And then not only that, because we're talking about something
days.
very hot.
Yes,
that's right, guys. We are going to talk about sex, baby.
No, but all that actually is under penapis. It's not the FINAS.
Actually, it is.
Apa FINAS?
Penapis is under FINAS.
That's why I say just have penapis is okay, but FINAS don't waste time. So we don't need Hans there, Izam there, no need.
Anyway, let's do without that. Thank God we don't have to go with a permit, but we are going to talk about sex, baby. And a lot of people think that sex is just about coming. It is just about husband and wife or anyone else. No, it's not. And it's not. I think today's going to be really interesting how we're going to approach it. And we're going to be talking to Dawn Sipalan, who is a sexpert, and Wayomia, my best friend, who was one of the participants in one of her sexy secret workshops. And I think one of the first things that we have to do is to accept ourselves, alright? So let's see if they are already on board. We've got sexpert Dawn and Wayomia in the house. Hey guys, macam mana kamu orang ni? Okay ka? Okay kan?
Okay saja. Apa lagi?
Nasib baik saya tidak perlu ada permit mau buat ni live stream. Saya sudah bertemu janji sama kamu berdua, booking slot time kamu untuk hari ini. And just FYI for our regulars out there, yes, continue to send your comments or feedback and suggestions of any questions for either Wayomia or Dawn or myself, and we'll be more than happy to jawab lah, especially si Dawn. Banyak semua tanya ni. Alright, Dawn. Actually, saya curious macam mana Oh yeah, and we're going to be talking in Sabahan because we're Sabahans and I miss being with my Sabahan friends and I miss going to Sabah, so we're going to talk Sabahans and it's my show, so I do what I want. So, Dawn, macam mana ba kau terbuat semua workshop yang mengenai sex? Okay, actually sexy, but yeah. How did you go about finding this niche?
I started, I think, 2 years ago. I got into the oils mula-mula was about for my son itu.
Okay.
Because he's constantly in and out of the hospital. So I wanted to go holistic, the holistic way to help him, to support him.
Okay.
So, and then my husband, the first reaction was when he saw the RM, kau tahu lah, you and I know lah.
Yes.
So a friend, actually a friend, si Fanny, she told me, why don't you try this for the bedroom? So I said, apa tu? It's not only for wellness, you can pakai for the bedroom also. So, okay lah, I said, try lah, just give it a shot. I didn't tell him anything, and then pakai that first night, you don't know again, the transformation.
Okay, just to be clear, meaning you two, like myself, and I'm gonna say it right to my my husband also. I mean, this is something that I think we need to discuss. It's a very taboo topic, but it happens to a lot of married women out there, and I think that's why affairs happen, because kita panat ba? Panat. I mean, the intimacy in the bedroom will not be the same like when we first berjumpa, bersama-sama dengan kita punya boyfriend, husband, you know. And I'm guessing that like that's what's happened to you, and you're saying that you tried out an oil without your husband's knowledge, and then terus vavavoom.
Definitely. For me, the oil dari normal husband terus tiba-tiba jadi handsome.
Hush, ganas kau ni. Dari normal handsome.
Apa bilang tu Wayo? Dia jadi Tom Cruise.
Yeah.
Looks different. Now, the reason why I got to know about Dawn, I've never actually attended any of her workshops, but I've heard so much great reviews about her workshop. And Wayomia, who's my best friend, was a participant in your workshop. B, I call her Wayo, BB. So B, kenapa kau pergi attend her workshop? Are you having problems in the bedroom, or were you just curious? What was your story? Why did you attend? Yeah.
It was many reasons lah. Obviously, I've been married for
Can't even remember.
17, it's going to be 17 years now.
Wow, congrats.
And we're both working. We have 3 kids between us. We have our own careers. So it does really take a toll on you, because you really struggle to find the time. And not only the time, but when you do have time, we're just so tired. So that part of the husband and wife kind of journey is really stagnant.
It takes a back seat lah, basically, kan guys?
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah. And I was also intrigued lah. Obviously, people were talking about Dawn punya kelas kan, macam shock betul. So
Terus kau macam, I have to check her out.
Yeah, I have to
Terus saya
check
bilang,
her out.
I can't
Terus
go
kau
to a
steam.
workshop. Terus kau steam lah, kau pun mau ikut lah.
Mau ikut lah. And also the other thing is because this is a side hustle for me. So I firmly believe that if you want to educate others, you must educate yourself first. So those are the 3 things why I attended the class.
Nice. Now, even Dawn, I mean, you were saying you're married for 17 years. I've been married for a decade. Dawn, you've been with your husband for 23 years, right? I think 13 years were married. 13 years married, 23 years together. So naturally,
begitu lama, kau tahu lah.
macam lama juga kan, saya macam kau nampak muda, kau nampak sangat muda. And your workshops was actually inspired by Lucy Libido. I've heard of this person. Who exactly is she? I hear her name, but I don't know who she is. What is she, or who is she?
She is actually she's a mom juga, Benny, American. It's just like Wayo and myself. We do this side hustle kan.
Yeah.
She also started off using the oils for her kids wellness.
Right. Okay.
And she thought, okay, if it's so natural kan, you use it on your children, kenapa orang tidak pakai di bedroom, begitu.
Yeah.
And when she did her research, nothing much was written, nothing much was kena discuss pasal ini. So she took it upon herself plus 20 other women. Try experiment lah.
And
They
she
tried
did.
all-
So she did an experiment with her girlfriends using different oils.
Yes, because basically the issue was pretty much sama. Libido very low, and you're always tired, kids, work, and then not enough sleep. So itu libido pun macam seesaw. Sometimes one is high, sometimes one is low. It's never seimbang. So kadang-kadang kalau begitu kan bagus tidur sejak.
All right, now I've seen some people over my Instagram live. If you are seeing a little bit confused, kenapa macam ni? It's because this is on portrait mode. If you want to get a better experience, appreciating this live stream, we're talking about sex, and we've got Dawn and Wayuma with me. Please head down over to my YouTube or my Facebook page at Daphne Iking. Okay, back to our conversation here. Yes, at the end of the day, kau tahu. And this took a while before my husband and I were able to communicate this across, because he felt when I was not as active in the bedroom as we were when we first started dating, right? I mean, when we were together, he felt that macam, oh, you don't love me anymore. For me, I'm like, no, I love you, ba. It's just that everything else takes a backseat. Of course, we mentioned it earlier on. I think Wayumi also mentioned there's kids, there's work, there's life pressure, and they always come first. We sadly, and I admit this, our spouses, our partners come last because, hey, you're an adult, deal with it. Okay, I'm an adult, I've got other things, we've got the kids to look after, especially when you got young kids. But then quite important juga ba kan yang kita mesti have that intimacy. And this is something interesting. When I talk about intimacy in the bedroom, saya okay, no po. Gapos-gapos, hugging my husband pun okay. Pegang tangan, just sayang di kepala pun okay. But for men, what comes to your head? Joe Labosi, aka Azmi Abdul Rahman, what comes into your head when I say, babe, let's get intimate in the bedroom?
Exactly, you nailed it on your what you just said just now. What comes first? Or what first must come?
Woman must come first.
Can, no problem. I can make the woman come first. I have never had that problem. I want to tell the whole world to make the woman come first. I know how to do it.
Sure not?
I know how to do it. I know how to do it.
Sure not.
But men must also come. Must also.
But that's just it. Intimacy in the bedroom is not just about sex, for me at least. I'm fine with just holding hands, having long conversations, being emotionally in tune. Betul kan? I mean, what do you ladies think? I mean, is it all just about sex for you guys? Is that... Wayomia?
Wayo, go.
Okay. Anyone, yeah.
Oh, saya sama saja sama si Popo. I mean, sometimes I just want someone to listen to me without being judgmental. So I just want to merepe and just talk and whatever.
Yeah.
Obviously, then there is that intimate part, more physical part. Yes, it's also there, but I don't think that's all there is to it.
Mm-hmm.
There's so much more.
But we have to accept that for husbands, for men, that this is penting for them. It's important for them. That physical union and that intimacy sama-sama sangat penting untuk dorang.
Yeah,
So
I
it doesn't
remember...
have to be it's quality over quantity.
Yeah, see, I'm getting a lot of comments here. They're saying men need sex, period, full stop. Sex, once done, then it's over for a lot of people out there.
Okay, but that's just being one-sided of the bed, kan? They're only thinking about themselves. It should be a sama-sama experience. Something that the man and the woman should enjoy together. Intimacy, kalau ini seks kan, it's not just physical saja. Physical, you just think about it.
Yeah.
If you're with someone that you do not know, then gratification physically ada.
Yeah.
Di sini dalam, it's never the same. It will not be the same. If you do it with someone that you love deeply or you have deep feelings for, their satisfaction out of that union is totally different.
Wow, we're getting a lot of comments, and I'm not even looking at my Facebook or my YouTube comments. I'm just merely looking at the Instagram. Love is more than sex. Sex only is boring. Some people suggest that getting a sex toy or a machine. Wow. But
Whatever their kink is, if they need that extra aid, then it's up to them. But honestly, those stuff don't do much lah actually. Not to the for the lalaki mengkali lah, but I don't know.
Well, maybe you as a sex guru.
Sexpert.
Okay, wait, Jo, saya buat disclaimer dulu
Buat dulu.
Saya bukan doktor,
Okay.
saya bukan sex therapist, okay?
That's okay.
I'm just someone who has personal experience with this oil.
Yes, but you have had sex before and you have a lot of experience in having sex, so
Ada
we
empat
listen
anak.
to you.
So now we're learning from you, Lo. You are now our sex help.
Advisor.
Yeah, definitely. She's a sexpert that knows how to spurt.
All right. So of course, the topic for today is how oils can help in the bedroom. And you did that experiment. Lucy Libido did that experiment.
Yes.
What is the science behind using? I mean, how oils can affect your mood and how oils can affect your emotions. Because most of the time, like Wayumi and I, at least I know, because Wayumi and I are best friends. Obviously, we know each other's deepest secrets. But most of the time, it's just because we're not in the mood, because we're tired. We have other things in our, But how can we change that? So yeah, let us, to those of you, especially those who are new to oils, perhaps both of you can explain the science behind it. Because is it just all mumbo jumbo or what? Don.
It's not mumbo jumbo.
Okay.
Because the oils they are they're natural kan, 100% from plants.
Okay.
It's therapeutic grade. So when it's said that aroma, they are tied to your feelings. For example, kalau kau tercium death, kalau lama tidak balik kan, if you smell orang salai barbecue chicken ke apa, you think of kampung, you think of family gathering, you think of ramai-ramai orang makan sama-sama. So that's how it's tied together.
Okay.
So the oils, they only take 22 seconds to reach your brain.
Wow, that's fast.
So you got two parts of the brain lah, to make it simple. Di depan is your thinking brain. Di belakang is your limbic, your emotion, your feeling brain.
For me, di atas dan di bawah, my brain.
That's normal for men lah. Wait.
Wait now. They school you. Wait. Continue, please.
The bawah is not the brain already.
That's the second man brain, the real brain lah konon.
Yes.
Wrong.
So what are the oils? Is it different oils that work for different people in the bedroom to get intimate? It's just like how you do that Itovi or Itovi punya test kan, and then you need this particular oil to help you. Is it the same for oils in the bedroom? Atau
Yes, it is. My personal favorites are Shutran and Geranium with cypress.
Oh, I always thought it was ilang ilang because that seems to work for.
I don't like ilang very much.
Really?
So,
Oh,
Yeah, so like the other oils is your personal preference.
right.
What might work for me may not work for you. So it's up to you to find your own blend or your own favorites. Ada orang orange sama peppermint pun cukup sudah.
Damn,
Already.
girl. So how would we know what works for us and what works for the men? Mungkin mangkalit saya yang rakus. Saya yang mau get it on every night. Tapi husband saya, ngit. Jadi macam mana?
That one, you have to find his, kenapa dia begitulah, number one. Is it cukup tidur? Or is it something, is he on medication and stuff like that? Sometimes medication for men, especially, I think I've read it, yang on hypertensive drugs, it affects them juga. So maybe go holistic support lah.
Bagus. So you personally like Shutran. I think I've got that. It's really strong, by the way. And geranium, right? You were suggesting. Wayome, what is your oil to go to when let's not even talk about having sex when sometimes, okay, bagus, dia sudah keluar dari bilik ni. Now I can actually be a bit more open about this. Dia yang excited ba? Dia yang mau bawa ni topik ba pasal sex ni. But at the end of the day, sometimes orang pandai marah-marah tu, I've got a particular oil that I will use. I will purposely put in this, I'll diffuse in the office so that dia punya mood jadi bagus. Kalau kau, Wayumnya apa?
So I think it's different for every man, right?
Yeah.
I think for Stephen, his issue is more of he's so hyped up at the end of the day. He's because he's also running his own business and he's got so many of his church activity that he's leading. And I find that when he gets home, he's so wound up, and it's very difficult to be intimate with someone who's like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Find that oil that will actually help to calm him down. And for different people, it's for different things. Like for him, I think Idaho Blue Spruce is great to just massage along his spine, ataupun shukran. It helps to calm him down. So at the end of the day, it calms him down enough, not only for the physical stuff, but also enough for us to just have a normal,
decent, civil conversation, right?
Conversation. And that's, for us, sometimes sudah enough. Like, oh, okay, and then, oh, this was nice.
No, listen, Wayman, listen.
Oh, it's back.
When you have oil on a man, there's only one place you should massage him. There's only one place you should massage him.
Speaking of which,
yeah, but then you need him to like calm down. Jangan fikir so much about the work. And then after that, if that massage in the third brain needs, and then it needs to be done lah, kan?
Yes!
Ya Allah, kuatnya dia. Guys, do you guys put the oil, let's say, as age catches up, sometimes we're a little bit dry down there.
Very dry.
Very, very, very dry, especially after 4 kids, very dry down there. Do we also implement a bit of those oils with whatever oils that we're using to help lubricate our sessions?
Definitely.
Oh, boleh juga?
Boleh.
Tidak sakit ka ito termasuk punya bobot sama dia punya tontolo?
Janganlah kau pikas masuk lubang.
Oh. Jadi kau macam massage dia lah.
Massage. You can use it at your groin juga, but you don't have to like insert it anyway lah. Di luar pun cukup sudah. For the men, no need to worry lah. So small na ni dahon de.
Let's take a look at this presentation that you passed on to me. Some of the common issues that most couples have is lack of libido, difficulty in climaxing or performing, declining frequency after kids or life changes, and mismatched sex drives. I think we're we agree on the 3. What does he mean by mismatched sex drives? What do you mean by that, Dawn?
It means you are on the low, super low, you don't want it, you don't even want to be touched. But your husband is like way up there, yeah. I need it. Begitu. And when you don't, merajuk lah tu.
Yes, merajuk habis so bad mood satu rumah ka na. Nah. So how do you match it? Can you match it? Is it possible to compromise? What do you do then?
Yes, compromise is important.
Okay.
Itu husband pun pandai-pandai lah ba. You already know your wife for so long. You should be able to gauge when is, that PMS period is usually the time yang you want to avoid. So you've known your partner for so long, gauge dia punya everyday. Kalau nampak dia ni pagi bangun, macam bad mood saja. Janganlah pergi kacau. Trouble there, number 1, okay? But if you really need it, then okay lah, support with the oils. Maybe your wife is being generous and then she wants to give some for the fun of it. Then geranium really works. For me, my major problem was the dryness lah.
How did you overcome that then?
I just used the geranium saja.
Wow.
Yeah. Please do not use it on meat because it's not a hot oil, but it's very warming. Yeah. So I dilute it and then sapo my private area and then of course, you inhale the oil kan, it really makes major difference.
That's very interesting because I always thought that. Oh, okay. I'm guessing that the vaginal dryness is because sometimes it can be again when all three of us are not doctors. We're not doctors here, but then sometimes yalah kalau kau tiada mood, terus tak kering lah ba itu. So the geranium helps you get into the mood of
Well,
things.
one suggestion is to play doctors and nurses.
Huh?
You play doctors and nurses, everything is settled. Everything
Role-play.
is settled.
But you know what? I'm really open to that actually. A lot of people say like, oh my god, they're so kinky. They do role play. I know a girlfriend who the husband always says, okay, you pretend that I'm a dato, I'm some sleazy dato, and that you want to sleep with me. So role playing is also important. But kalau if it works for you, it works for you lah.
It's up to them. Whatever is their, whatever drives them lah.
All right, you're gonna share with us some of your sexy secrets on how to spice things up in the bedroom or wherever it is convenient to get it on. I've got your first slide here. It says, step 1, confidence is the real sexy. Dawn.
Yes, I think for most women, especially yang sudah beranak pinak itu di rumah saja, memang tuh seksi susah sikit mau kasih keluar. But I believe in you do unto others as you would have done unto you.
Okay.
So if you, as the bini, you expect your husband to look at you and say, you look beautiful. Ingat baliklah. When was the last time I told my husband that he's handsome? Begitu. So if you have not told him that the last 10 years, why would you expect him to say that to you? It's not fair.
True.
So, begitu. And confidence for women, it doesn't matter. Berlipat-lipat, mana-mana, sini sana, your stretch marks, your apa panggil tu, cellulite.
But honestly, baby, if I did not look after myself, would you find me attractive? Would you get it on with me?
Don't start with me. Don't start. You know I love you for what you are. Okay? I love you for what you are. I told your mother that the first time. I told your mom that I'm gonna marry her. To prove it, we'll have one child. Okay? Now four children later. I hope I've proven my point. Okay. That I want you, that I love you.
Alright, so confidence,
I just wanna
the real sexy. I cannot use my husband as a gauge because he's quite rakus lah. He wanted me when I'm pantang yang I smell of herbs also. He was like, can we just get it on? Can you just like masturbate me now? And I'm like, dude, wait for me on my pantang to habis can or not? Like, so that one I cannot. He's one in a million lah. This one cannot. I cannot talk to him. Okay, so but yes, I think the first step is also being comfortable in your own skin. And that's going to be very tough for a lot of women out there, especially kalau kita sudah anak banyak and then kau rasa, we want lights off, he wants the lights on, and I'm like,
so
you're right.
The in between is switch on your diffuser so you got night light.
And then kalau ada music kau pakai yang owl tu, ada tu.
Iya.
Pakai burung.
Apa dia wayomnya?
Pakai burung. Yes.
Pakai burung ya lah, ada owl. Macam kunung kamu bersanah jungle. For those of you who are clueless as to what we're talking about, this owl diffuser, please get in touch with Wayomya Totusai or Don, okay? Or myself, yes. So the next step is foreplay before play. Now this is really, really important, guys. Kamu jangan lah ba, kau mintakan, terus kau pergi masuk pepet kami. Like, dude, why ba you go terus masuk kami punya pepet? Tu saya tidak suka, oh.
Sangat.
Betul kan?
What? I mean, it's on both ends. I believe it's a two-way thing.
Okay.
This one I just remember you turn on. Kalau kau tidak ingat apa sudah kamu punya turn on, kau duduk sekejap, reminisce when you were dating. Why was it that time that I couldn't live without her? I couldn't live without him. There must have been something lah. You couldn't have married the guy, right? You've been together for so long.
Yep.
Try to remember that. And then both for men and women also, lingerie. Nowadays, online yang RM20 sejebar, kalau goyang pun tidak rugi. That's the way of showing the effort. That's the way of showing that you are.
Ya, kamu tidak payah beli yang mahal-mahal. La Senza, La Perla. Kau
Babe,
pergi saja sana Lazada
I
ada
told
itu.
you don't need to wear all this rubbish. I like you as you are. When you just naked in front of me,
I
that's
know,
enough.
but kenala macam kau macam tease sikit.
Don't waste time. Don't waste time. This is not a frou-frou from Paris.
No, it will not work. It has to be. If your wife is making an effort, you also need to make an effort to stop and look and.
Thank you very much.
With how she is, how she has become after all these years. That's what she wants from you. Bukan pasal gedek saja.
Nah,
If you are nice enough, Joe, maybe it will be the end result of it will be better than 20 years ago.
Oh,
Tengok si Wayomia terus muka steam sudah si Wayomia.
malam lah.
Malam lah.
Di malam. So Wayomia and where's Steven? Steven Ong. He cannot get tahan tonight.
Dia pergi cari polis.
Lah.
Oh my, what?
Nantilah cerita kau.
Okay, that's something there. So yes, remember your turn-ons, sexy lingerie, and you know what? Be Wyoming. I mean, not Wyoming. Be Jolobosi. You know, you may want me naked, but maybe I feel sexy by putting on sexy lingerie. That maybe is the thing that gets me on first. You know, because I feel like
For sure.
and then I slowly,
For
undress.
sure. I got a problem with that. I know you want the aircon to be 21.3 degrees.
24.
And you want to makan first kacang before
No, I don't want to eat kacang. I want chocolates.
Yes.
Because kacang
I
nanti
got
bobot
a
tu
problem with
mulut.
all that. I got a problem just because first, before we come,
Oh God! Again, please ignore what he's saying. And then you also point here sexting, and some of the suggestions, showering together. These are some of the things where you can set the tone for the day. You know, maybe you can start sexting in the morning.
It's like you have to try, and after many years, kamu lupa ba? You forget about each other, and then wall after wall after wall, then the inhibitions kan macam it becomes bigger and bigger and bigger.
Yeah.
So these small steps will, dia potong sama tu yang negatif, yang kau tidak suka, and in the end, you will actually remember today why you fell in love with this man or this woman. It's simple saja. Kalau tidak mau shower sama-sama tidak apa. You have to find your own personal things that tie you together. For everyone is different. Personally, I don't like to mandi sama-sama. I need my space.
That's true. Macam rimas ba kan?
Yeah. So
Okay, I've got a DM here. Someone just DM'd me and they said, I still love my husband and I'm sure he still loves me because we're not divorced yet, but he cheated on her, and now they're trying to, after counseling and everything, they're trying to work things out, but it keeps coming back to her head ba macam you've touched her before there, I bet you did this with her already, so she doesn't, things that used to please her during foreplay is no longer foreplay for her because she keeps on thinking, mesti kau buat ni dengan tu perempuan juga kan, mesti kau buat ni dengan tu bataton juga kan. By the way, if a man cheats on you with another woman, it's not just the other woman who's a bantaton. Suami kau juga bantaton. I hate it when they always say like, oh, that perempuan is a bantaton. Laki kau juga bantaton, or the other way around, vice versa. So yeah, what's your tips on this? Do you have any tips in helping her out?
Tips. I think maybe she got her own issues yang dia belum to forgive itu memang akan ambil masa yang lama. So if the old things don't work, try new stuff lah. Why don't you try going out on dinner for dinner first? I think this is the perfect time to reconnect with each other. Learn about each other, because I think during that trauma memang sudah terenggang kan. The gap will be very big. So take it slow. Doesn't have to be like today you do it. Today go for dinner and then maybe tomorrow go for a movie. Begitu pelan-pelan bah. Macam dating balik. It's a chance for you to start over. Start over and do new things. Doesn't have to be the old stuff. The past is past. If you already went counseling, that means you guys already agree to want to go over this issue, then work together to do it.
Wayome, do you have anything else to add on to that? Because I know we've got mutual friends who also had issues with their marriage.
You have mutual bantatons.
Not mantatons, mutual friends who had that concern lah, macam. Because I think at the end of the day, to that person who DM'd me, at the end of the day, it's mind over matter. If you want, and it's easy for me to say it because it will replay in your head those memories of, like, you cheated on me, especially if there was a lot of evidence that you've received, right? But at the end of the day, it's about if you want to. If you wanna move forward, you have to let the past go. Gitu ba ito?
It's also a chance to reflect on yourself.
Yeah.
Women? Sorry?
Yeah, just like what Dawn said, it's a chance to reflect on yourself because it's a very personal, whatever step you take, whether you want to step to the left, to the right, or you want to step forward, it's you and it's your personal choice. And the people around you just needs to accept it and support you in whatever choice you make, unless it's like something detrimental lah, like killing yourself. Then don't support lah. That one you have to help. Tapi if this person chooses to do this, support that person. It's a very, very personal and intimate journey that you and only you can take.
Of course, we are here. For those of you who just joined us, I'm with Dawn as well as Wayomia, and we're discussing on how oils can help you be intimate in the bedroom. It's about balancing the hormones. It's about getting your mood uplifted or to calm your other partner down, or even yourself when you're having anxiety or worries, especially during this MCO where there's a lot of uncertainties. And for Dawn, she says that Shutran as well as geranium works for her. She faces, she had faced vaginal dryness, the same with me. And I think it has a lot to do with not just our hormones, because age is growing, getting to us, but also because of, it's just plain stress, So here, step 3 is setting the mood. You have to set the mood if I know back then banyak impromptu punya intimate sessions lah, but right now we have to schedule our sessions. like anak-anak macam ni we have to weekend supaya basuh rumah, basuh rambut, as Muslims we have to dan kalau saya baru buat rambut saya dan kamu suruh saya cuci lagi terus macam penat. Yes, so you've got setting the mood here. Switch on your AC, choose the drops the oils that works for you. Again, that's about trial and error, and to rock that diffuser. So if you don't like oils on your body, you can also opt to diffuse those oils, right guys?
Definitely.
Okay, this is something that's interesting. You're sharing these erogenous zones. Did I pronounce it betul? Erogenous zones. And this was a credit to Men's Health. Maybe Dawn, you can talk us through this slide that we have here.
Just like the oils, each person has different on and off points. For the men, I think it's the same lah. That one area down there.
Sana bawa.
Senang saja. Tapi okay lah. Just to make it interesting, no need to go terus di sana. So boring. Usually I would start off, I would make my own lube with the oils or massage oil.
Okay.
So start off with massaging the back, the thighs, the inner thighs, or di sini depan kalau lelaki the chest. Just jangan terus masuk. Make it slow entry, barulah interesting for both. For the guys, kamu tahu juga lah kan mana erogenous zone kau punya wife. Usually it is the breast, obviously the vagina, but you know that the ears are also very sensitive, the neck also, semua ni. I like to be massaged, definitely. It gets me into the mood totally, daripada terus-terus saja. Kalau lelaki kau pernah, push saja begini kan, terus, bini saya panggil biar no. Jangan relax bilang.
And again, it goes back to having proper conversation with your spouse. Wow, we're getting so many messages and comments here, but I can't see everything right now. I think you just have to monitor the questions. But guys, at the end of the day, it's very important for you to have that open communication with your husband. It's easier said than done. Sometimes, like it took me 3-4 years before I was able to communicate without screaming at each other's throats, you know, because like I said, we had mismatched sex drive bar. Mine would be low, his is constantly high, and then when I didn't want it or when I felt that just hugging and kissing would be enough, but he wants the whole full penetration, and it's about compromise. And then eventually I had to tell him, look, and I think certain things in the past has made me a little bit more prude. A lot of people are like, what, you're like, you know, on this cover of this magazine, on this men's magazine, but I just don't enjoy the act. And once I realized, when I was able to communicate this with him and he understood better, and that's when it started getting on, and that's when I started enjoying being intimate with him, and we're talking about deep penetration all the way. But before that, it was just a big no-no. So yeah.
Well, to make 4 babies, you need penetration.
Yes, and every time we penetrate, terus dapat ba, baby.
And then,
so I scared.
So that means you only penetrated 4 times. But there are other holes in women.
No, you're not going that hole. I'm sorry. It might work for other people.
I also have 4 kids.
Nah, tu dia. Tapi kau, when you started doing this workshop about 2 years ago, when you found this niche, did your sex life just rocket high, skyrocketed? I wish I had your husband.
Even my husband said so.
Ya, dia bilang apa?
Macam 20 tahun yang lalu.
Oh, whoa.
Now that's a major difference. Okay, it really helped us also. It really helped our relationship. It really got us closer. Because if you can communicate in the bedroom that intimately, everything else is kacau. You have to start somewhere, lah. So because of that, we were able to open up to each other more, and then he told me, wow, she's making an effort. Finally, she's making an effort. And then after he told me, dia bilang, saya rasa macam kau tengok saya macam handsome sudah ba? Macam kau tidak.
Macam Tom Cruise.
Yeah, not Tom Cruise lah. I mean, not like, you don't look at me like you used to before in the beginning, dia bilang. So I said, okay, because I'm tired, I don't have enough sleep, I care for the kids by myself because he works in KL, I'm here.
Oh, distance makes it even tougher, guys. Shit.
Yeah. So when he comes home, I can't. Susah juga lah. You don't want to give. Also, you've been apart for a month, and obviously that is a thing that together. So this is my personal solution and assistant. The oils, they really help so much.
And at least to get you into the mood of things, because sometimes macam, yeah, I get you when you know, okay, sex is scheduled for today, I've made a promise, I should keep it, otherwise they're bad mood, and it's not fair for him. I may not be wanting it, but he wants it, so we need to compromise. So getting into that mood, you know, it takes a while, and I guess the oils will help lah, kan?
Yeah, somebody's asking, Cyrilla Isaac, apa oils itu untuk diffuse tadi untuk bedroom ni?
Apa oils untuk diffuse untuk bedroom? Cyrilla Isaac, yeah.
Find your own.
Okay, kalau dia memang tidak tahu lah pasal oil ni, macam mana? Kalau dia
Start with
clueless.
orange. Happy oil.
Oh, okay. Orange is a happy oil. I love orange. I personally love orange.
Or if she wants to diffuse to make her into the mood, maybe something floral.
Okay, I see. So it's not just about for him. Yeah, I mean okay. It's not just for the act of the whole thingy. It's also something to set you that makes you happy lah. I see. So something floral. Okay.
So it will release some kind of emotion di belakang.
Nice.
It makes you feel different. That's what when I say different kan, begitulah. Kau punya mindset terus switch.
Betul.
Everything is line.
Wayomi, what works for you?
I love floral oil, so like stuff like geranium, ylang-ylang, yang si Don tidak suka, tapi saya suka.
Okay.
and the important thing is has to be okay with the husband as well.
Interesting. Then how would we know if it's okay for the husband? I guess it's trial and error lah kan?
Trial and error lah.
Yeah.
Jangan diffuse marjoram.
Oh, kuat gitu kan?
No, it's kind of suppressor.
It's the opposite.
Serious? Marjoram?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. See, that's why you should learn about aromatherapy.
I got a problem. You try the marjoram on me.
I think I'll do that.
No problem. Any oil I can do. No
Today's
problem
schedule.
lah. Because my diffuser is my wife. I look at her, it will not go down. It will not go down. I just need to look at my beautiful wife. Nothing can bring
Like
it
I
down.
said, his sex drive is very high. Okay, guys, can you imagine?
Definitely.
Saya kering ba? Sampai kering ba? Saya pakai mask pun terkering tu mask. Dia ni. Tu bobot. Can you imagine sampai bobot? Alright, Harmony EO. Is there a Harmony EO in the YL series or is that another?
Ada.
Ada kah Harmony? Ada? Yeah. Alright. Yes, someone okay, YCE50. I'm using red lipstick today because saya nampak si Don sama si Waimia macam make an effort to look good. So I'm like, oh my god, here I am asking him to come on my show and I'm not doing anything. Just minutes before we went live, saya pakai lipstick. So yes, I thought I'd put some effort there. How long do you need to turn on the diffuser before getting into the action, guys?
Why?
It depends, tapi shouldn't be long lah sebab it's not only the diffuser, it's like for us lah, we have to schedule stuff kan, like ramai ni, budak sudah tidur, or budak went to tuition, or whatever it is, then turn it on, then wangi sudah, then okay, then just go with the flow lah after that. So
So just diffuse. So it's quite fast. 'Cause I think Don was saying something just now about how 22 seconds for the smell to work for you, right?
But ada my friend, she diffused lah ylang-ylang. The main purpose was for that kan.
Yeah.
Pasal husband was tired, dia pergi toilet, dia keluar sudah tidur.
Terus?
Macam mana? Spoil betul lah.
dia terrelax and then his brain all shut down.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Right, I've got my neighbor here. Sorry, maybe I missed it. Can you mention again what are the possible oils? I heard it was geranium, orange, cypress. Anything else? There's Shutran, right? Shutran. What else again? Did we miss out anything?
The guy, Idaho Blue Spruce.
Yeah, Idaho Blue Spruce is good.
Okay.
IBS, bukan irritable bowel syndrome.
Bodohan. Okay, I will get Wayomia to or to just email me, or you guys can email me and I'll put it on the caption once our show is done. All right, so hopefully Diana, you can also check that out. But yes, geranium, orange, cypress, ilang-ilang for some, shutran, which is a blend with Young Livings. Let's see, anything else that they are asking here? But yeah, really, I mean, let's face it. I mean, I know it's a taboo topic, but I think it's very, very important for us to talk about it because bila lagi ba kan? And some people, they think that, like my husband, I'm not sure if you all are familiar with Gary Chapman's 5 Language of Love. So for those viewers out there who are not familiar, Gary Chapman wrote this book. There are apparently 5 languages of love. There's quality time, there's words of affirmation, there's gifts, there's acts of service, and physical touch. So no guessing where my husband's language of love is. That is physical touch right away. What do you think your language of love is, Wayomia?
I think it's really.
Is yours physical touch?
Not really.
Oh,
so
okay.
I like words, So I like hearing, positive, good stuff. And I like the action, but not as in like touching me. Like he's just being very when someone is being very kind and loving to me.
Yeah.
And it doesn't need to be physical affection. That feels good to me. That's something that I feel that's love.
I think your language would be a mix of words of affirmation and acts of service. What about you, Dawn? What do you think your language of love is?
Physical touch, yes, number one.
Oh, wow. Okay.
But it doesn't have to be sex. Holding hands, peck on the cheek, good morning, good afternoon, good night, I love yous. Gifts, of course lah.
Gifts,
What
of
is
course,
it?
lah.
Yeah.
When I did that, they actually have like a little test if you're unsure what exactly your language of love is, because they encourage couples to do it. Because like you said, sometimes macam mismatched sex drive kan is also what your recognition of what love is. For me, macam I'm okay. What I give you a clean house, everything's in order. That's how I show my love to you lah. But for him, it's not. No, I want sex. So they encourage. Gary Chapman actually encourages couples to do this little test. And I realized when I was doing my test kan, like what is my language of love? Not really. It's not really quality time. It's not really words. It's not gifts. It's not acts of service. It's definitely not physical touch. So what is it? And then they just recently discovered one. It's called the need for space. And this is probably one of the hardest language of love for the spouse or the partner to comprehend, especially if he's someone who wants to be with you all the time, because you're conditioned to think that if we love someone, we should never get tired of seeing them. So when they claim that space for themselves is something that is their language of love, they assume that there must be something wrong with the other person, but it's not. And I just want to tell you that there's nothing wrong with that, okay? But yeah, some people actually just need a little bit of space, because some people feel that they can grow within that little space. And then once you give them that little space, give them that freedom to just do what they have to do, and then they'll come back. It doesn't mean that they're going to cheat on you or anything. It's just that they just need their space. And then they come back missing you. You know that word, that there's a saying, absent makes the heart grow fonder. Yeah. All right, let's see. Hi, Bro Joe and Kat Daphne. It's me again, Ben, watching you guys from London. And hi to our sex gurus. Well, they're actually... Okay, well, not really sex gurus per se, but yeah, she does a workshop on using oils to help you get intimate. Saya mau belajar ni sebab kalau girlfriend orang putih kuat nafsu adada. Hey, there's always that stereotype that mat sales or whites are a little bit more raunchy, but hey, that's not true, It can happen. It's different for every individual. Like.
Tapi ada bau sardin tak, dorang? Tanya dah tu si Ben. Ada bau sardin tak?
I'm sorry, Ben, but yeah.
Bau sardin sikit lah ni. Ni warna putih ni.
How macam ikan?
That's just it. Sometimes we want to be spontaneous. Remember those days, guys, when when we were like early, lagi kita awal-awal, lagi sama kita punya husband kan, and it can just be spontaneous sex. Of course, because there was no kids around, so it's easy to be spontaneous. Tapi itulah, always, never, that's why I always tell my girls, you must always keep your bobot clean, okay? It's not that I'm encouraging them to have sex like right away, but cleanliness, hygiene, that's so important. I remember one of my girlfriends macam, saya lupa lap, terus dia pergi sana bawa. Dia pergi cium saya, I could smell my bobot punya smell ba. And she got turned off because obviously the guy was so in it. But so I don't think he cared whether she smelled or not. But because she smelled herself when they could kiss, because he went down on her, terus tercium, she was like so put off. So yes, that's one tip that I can give you. Make sure you're always clean ba. Kau pun kasi bersih kami tontolo to. Mana tahu kita ada chan.
Geranium will help with that also.
Tu kasi wangi.
Wangi terus.
No, terus wangi. How about food take? Because kadang-kadang kan kalau kita makan banyak garlic terus terbau terkatiak, it might also have terbau sikit kau punya discharge. I mean, we have discharge. It's a cleaning process for our vagina ba. Jadi unless it's tidak berkulat lah, but then it's a normal thing. But sometimes ada bau juga ba itu. Macam mana itu? That's why geranium lah.
you never know. Maybe dia punya laki suka tu.
Iyalah, betul.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Kau bilang lepas dia buat and then tu laki tidak tahu.
Itu
Yeah.
laki mungkin dia suka kalau dia ambil roti sama sardin, dia mau makan.
What is up with you and sardines?
Sardine, yeah.
Did you have like a bad experience with one of your exes yang bawa sardin kan ni?
Bawa sardin.
Oh, don't get me started, babe. Don't get me started.
Oh, I have something.
Yes.
As couples kan, when you are into it, you're
Yes.
intimate. And if it is something that you don't like, you don't fancy,
Okay,
tolonglah buka mulut kasih tahu.
betul itu.
Especially for the women to the
Mana
men.
boleh? Cannot. I will make her embarrassed.
Tunggu. If you don't tell your husband or your partner, they will not know. Men, they cannot read your mind. Trust me, they cannot read your mind unless you say it out in their face. Kalau kau cakap pun dia dengar, and then he still do it, maybe you hit him on the head and say no. Not this one. I don't like that.
No, I don't like that. Okay, I'm gonna school the boys out there. Okay, I'm gonna school the boys out there. One thing first, when you wanna get jiggy with it, kau jangan terus zas pergi masuk kita punya panty. Kau ingat kita terus, and then kau pergi cucuk terus masuk macam yo. That's why foreplay is so important. As Dawn had mentioned earlier on, it's not even straight away in the bedroom but where foreplay. It can start from the beginning where you start sexting the person, you know, like building it up lah, okay? Kau jangan zas terus masuk dalam kau punya bobot. Same for women. Jangan kau zas terus pergi pegang dia punya lelok. Begitu ba itu? Alright?
Second thought.
Ayyo. That's why you are different, B. I touch your panty so I can get pregnant.
I don't wear panties, babe.
You know what I mean.
I touch your panties and you get pregnant.
Tapi yeah, you know, slowly. And like Dawn said, I think that's very important, Dawn. That's a very good point that you point out. If kau tidak suka, kau punya laki, kasi force kau punya kepala pergi bawa to give you a blowjob, you must say it. But if he likes it also, mungkin kau boleh compromise, mungkin kau kiss-kiss kama, I don't know. What do you all think? Macam for me personally, saya tidak suka tu kena paksa pergi kepala saya kena turun macam tu. I'm like, dude, give me some respect, yo. Tapi kalau kau suka, mungkin saya kiss na macam saya gini kan kunun tu na macam tu.
Give and take lah, compromise. Jangan paksa. It becomes sour kalau kau paksa.
And then it becomes that's the reason why dia jadi tidak mau bah.
But the most important thing is, Dawn, I hear that you are very expert with the banana. Okay?
Nothing to do with banana. I told Daphne, I don't kiss and tell.
Okay, just show me the banana. I want to see this banana egg. Wayomya, you told me also this.
Mana ada? Banana egg apa?
You know what, Dawn? Let's turn the table aside because alamak tiada lampu. Terus sex talk terus tertampu tiada. You know what? Since we've got a guy here, and you know, you might as well just school your wife. Mana tahu selama ni 10 tahun walaupun kita ada anak beranak, mungkin silap juga. Can you show us what helps when it comes to stroking the monkey? Maybe kau yang boleh demonstrate because bukan kita yang ada tu batang. Kan? Betul kan, girls? Mungkin dia kena demonstrate macam mana. I mean like he can just use, misal kata kepakalan ni, saya punya Genesis ni.
Dia tidak mau juga tu kalau tangan sendiri itu, dia mau juga tangan orang lain.
Yeah, tapi you must, can you show us what is a good grasp? Sometimes saya macam, tiba-tiba nak saya datang, kenapa ini?
Alah, sayang saya punya Genesis.
Okay, show me.
No, you
Show
ba?
me.
Nah, kau
Show
ajar.
me. No, the thing is, you're already an expert, babe. You are a bloody good
I
expert.
know, but then mungkin ada perempuan-perempuan yang
I don't need to teach them. I only teach to my wife.
I know, but then we must tell lah because mungkin dorang malu mau tanya dorang punya husband macam mana mau pegang, what is the right pressure, terlampau karas, do we play with this part or do we just go here only, macam tu ba? Dawn,
And I will only show it to the one wife that I only have.
Susah betul mau suruh dia.
Number one importance is lubricant. If that is where you are going, Masturbation dry.
Alright.
Please, if it's dry, it will be painful for him. So that is where you need your lube or massage oil. The oils itself, massage oil lube, I just use it sama satu kali. And you don't need much, huh? I only make
Tengok ya. Nah, punya sikit. Apa itu? That's your oil with the oil? I mean your...
yeah, this is shutran diluted with coconut oil.
Okay, so coconut oil and a bit of whatever oil that turns you on or helps him. Just put that in a little
Coconut
bit.
oil?
Yes,
Coconut
it's
oil?
the fractionated one with no smell punya.
Oh, kau dah nanti macam bau kari. Kau tidak mau tu?
No. The VC, if you use the virgin coconut, yes, memang ada bau kelapa tu, very strong.
Ui, excited dia sampai tu monitor TV pun terjatuh. Alah. Relax kau Gaman, relax. But
This
yeah,
will help with gliding.
gliding.
And it doesn't dry up, yeah. Kalau
Gliding up and down.
And that's just it because I think someone actually asked me, how do we know what is the right pressure? Joe Labosi, what is the right pressure?
No
Do you
need
do it-
pressure. Just friction is good enough. Friction.
No, Joe, you're wrong.
Nah, dia bilang kau wrong. Kenapa? Cuba terangkan, Don.
It's not about the friction saja. If you don't know how to stroke, it will be. It can be painful. Juga.
Oh, maybe you can demonstrate.
We're talking about the man punya penis atau the woman punya vulva and clitoris? Men. Jadi macam mana? So, okay, the pressure fine, tapi kau kena stroke macam mana? Slowly kah? Fast kah? That's why, so, patut kau kasih...
It's just like getting into the mood. You start off slow, and then you end up with fast.
Oh. And then must you concentrate di atas sini atau di bawah? Adakah kau main dengan dia punya bearing sini bawah? Macam mana?
You can start off usually you can go with the biji dulu.
Oh.
But please jangan picit tu biji macam stress bola. Gentle.
Kau gentle. So kau imagine ini kan? Of course, oh my god, if someone actually had something like this, kasihan dia.
Oh,
Kau pegang, kau jangan kau picit-picit
please,
macam squishy.
Mine is not like that small, okay?
I know, but I don't
Mine-
have an example.
Okay,
Okay, macam ni, okay? Jadi kau slow lah ba? Macam ni kan, Bi? Macam tu kan,
Jangan
Bi?
begitu pula macam massage.
Oh,
You
massage.
Can put it in your hand. Yeah,
Okay.
massage. Just don't squeeze begini.
Wow.
Just gentle massage.
Alright,
Elbow.
someone asked, how about the anus? Wah, korang ni banyak lah tanya soalan hari ni. Punya banyak soalan.
Make sure cebok dulu lah, bontot.
The anus, do you also pegang-pegang the perineum area?
If your partner likes it, why not?
I
I read
see.
somewhere that the man punya G-spot is actually di sana.
Oh.
Anus.
Mana?
Kau
Where?
punya lubang pantat.
lubang pantat.
Hey!
Okay, for the benefit of our non-Borneo friends, pantat for Sabah and Sarawak is actually
please.
sini ba, buhos.
Please.
Babang.
I'm not certain
Not the
politician,
chipap, okay?
I'm not a politician here. They go to Sandakan there, the hotel. No.
Which the hotel closed down already, isn't
Yes.
it?
I'm not that kind of politician, okay?
Don't lah. Later, not only we have to pay for our license permit, we have to kena lagi. Don't get us into trouble, okay? Let's see if there's any more interesting questions from the people. Okay, how about women? Someone's asked me, now it's a guy asking, how about the female? Where do we touch you? How fast do you want to go? Again, as Don was saying, I think it boils down to what your partner likes. For me, I like it slow and steady. Janganlah kau pergi macam gitu kan, macam kau ingat kau rapper macam tu, aduh sakit tu.
Okay.
Kan?
Also, not all women like fingers inside or anything inside aside from the
The
yeah.
penis. There you go.
So it's all you. At the end of the day, you ask me how. Also, it's difficult for me to say and tell you. You go through the first process dulu, between the two of you. Then at the end, I don't need to teach you anything. Sudah, you guys know each other.
Alright, earlier on we spoke about the language of love. And there's different ways of what the person feels is love to them. There's words, there's acts of service, there's physical touch. For me, it's space. What if both of you are like his physical touch, but mine is something else? How can we kasi gel ba so that kita boleh berintimasi di bedroom? Macam mana tu, Don?
Kasi compromise lah juga. I have a friend yang her sex drive is way up here kan, and she's never satisfied. The husband trying so hard to match that.
Yeah.
And then the way she is telling me, I'm only hearing one side of the story lah.
Betul.
Then I asked lah berapa lama kamu punya session. Dia bilang 10 minit. Sikit saya terjatuh dari kerusi saya.
Berapa minit?
10 minit.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Apa dia 10 minit?
Habis.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I said 10 minutes. For an average woman, I think it's quite lama lah. And even for a man to last that long, normally is good enough already.
Yeah.
So maybe your expectation tu kasih turun sikit saja. Or you have to tell him that if you want to orgasm sebelum dia, then you tell him lah. Kalau dia tidak mau buat juga, then you take it upon yourself to
find ways.
Yeah, find ways to so that kau boleh dapat itu release pa. Jangan lepas so rigid and say I must have this, I must have this, I must have this. Then you'll never be satisfied. Bring down, bring up, match sudah.
And I think again, if you are someone who comes a little bit later, but you still want that act of like for me, it's okay if I don't come, I'm fine. You know, it's just me hugging and spooning. I'm fine with that. But of course, our friend over here must come lah, and he feels it's an achievement if he can get his wife to come too. But that's not important for me. But for women who want to make ensure that they do come and they can come I really salute those who can multiple orgasm.
Oh yes.
Yeah. So get yourself a toy.
Oh yes.
Oh Don, that one yes, macam we're one of those lucky ones lah. Oh,
How
yes.
do you make yourself come so many
How
times?
do you do it? I'm just guessing. I'm assuming.
You don't know. Oh yeah.
Dia boleh kah? Kau percaya kah itu? Have you ever had like a multi-orgasm? Macam boom. Yeah.
Bukan one shot saja gitu.
Because kau tahu kan macam kita tengok Sex and the City for instance, macam si Samantha tu, macam wow, she comes and she comes and she comes. I mean, of course it's just a movie, but then there are some friends of mine who can come a few times in one session and then tidak puas lagi, pergi lagi ambil tu toilet bidet, pergi lagi play with herself sana bawah.
Maybe her drive is very high lah.
Jules Gunn, 10 minutes is long enough. Okay, I need to get myself checked. To each in their own, guys. Really, it's all about what makes you comfortable and everything. I think on average, I think even a lot of people also say like, alah, I cannot lah. Kalau batang dia tu tak besar, tak panjang, konek dia kecil, tak boleh lah. But
To do with that, nothing to do with that.
nothing to do with that also. Too big also susah, paining, sakit. How you wanna insert? Sakit. How you wanna? How? It's 9 a.m. here. Awal-awal pagi-pagi berhabis. So this is Ben who's in London.
Ben Brahim?
Yeah. No, this is another thing.
The sardine guy, right?
Yeah. Wah, yeah.
Yeah.
So weird.
Ben like it sardine.
Okay, someone says try ladies scleral.
Scleral.
So someone suggesting that. Someone actually asked also, she just received her sensation today. Sensation is apa? Dia punya blend tu apa itu guys? Girls lah actually, girls. Sensation.
Yes. Apa gitu, Wayo?
Saya pun lupa. Because actually, when I did the Ito V, sensation was one of my top ones. Now I understand why lah. Maybe saya kurang sex ba ni? Not saying that my husband's not giving me kurang sex.
Intimacy, maybe fear of intimacy.
Oh, that's why.
Yeah.
So sensation could work for you guys. Any more else questions?
Our sensation has rosewood, ilang-ilang, and jasmine. So it's very bunga.
It's a floral smell lah.
Yeah.
For guys, what would work for them? I know someone said Mister. Mister is, I felt it was too strong. And when I put it on him, dia pun rasa macam, what's that smell lah?
Ada bilang wangi, ada bilang tidak.
Macam mana lagi, Don?
Some say it's wangi, some say tidak. For me, macam I don't think it will do anything for me.
Faham? But you know, there's also that saying, and I think I had this chat with Wyoming also. If the more kau tiap boleh tahan tu bau, it's the more your body actually craves for it or requires it. So macam mana tu? Mungkin I need the mister. You also need the mister.
Do you repel it? Like, do you repel it, or you just doesn't do anything for you? If you repel it, then you probably need it, because it's also good for women. It's good for hormone balancing. So,
maybe I do, because my hormones are all wonky. I love your new haircut. I just realized you cut your hair. Cantik kan? Alright, well guys, it was supposed to be just an hour. I'm so sorry I took more than an hour from you guys. Any final words for those? I've got such lots and lots of comments here, but yes, any final words for those who want to just ignite the passion in the bedroom? Wyomia.
I think it's about knowing your partner and then speaking out. You should be comfortable enough to say what you like and what you don't like, and be open to it, and same for him.
Well summarized. And Dawn, our sexpert for today.
Apa?
Apa?
So don't be afraid to try new things. And don't over expect. I think it's something between the two of you. Level it. Make that little effort suggest. It will make a huge difference.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Dawn and Wyomia, for coming on the show. It's been a pleasure talking to the both of you. A very hot topic. People are still... This is the first time. Normally, on my IG Live, they would either go to my YouTube or Facebook channel, but they're just still here, and it's quite a number of people. So thank you so much to all my IG Live audience also. I'm viewing it using Joe Labosi's account now. Wyomia pula. Azmi Abdul Rahman, anything else you want to add on?
No, okay.
You're okay?
Yeah, very interesting topic. We got the most viewers today.
Most viewers, I told you guys. Thank you once again, Wyomia. I'll see you. Thank you, Dawn. Take care. God bless and have a fabulous week ahead, all right?
You too.
Bye.
Bye. Yes, that was Dawn and Wyomia, and I would like to thank them once again. We are talking about how oils can help you be intimate with your spouse or your partner, and some of the oils that have been recommended are things like ylang ylang, orange, which is an uplifter, geranium for the women, maybe shutran also. You can have all these in Young Living, but if you're not familiar with the brand, then yeah, whatever essential oils, try and get the pure graded one. Just FYI, because some of the fragrance that they have can actually put it's toxic. One, it's not pure, and also because it might do more bad than good for you and your husband, or you and your wife, right? And yeah, so you, at the end of the day, it's all about trial and error and see what works for you. Again, a disclaimer, none of us are professionals in this field. It's just a simple sharing on how oils can help you. Okay, thank you so much. You guys have had you guys are just amazing, giving us so much input today. And my name is Daphne Eiking, and this is Joe Labosi saying goodbye and have a fabulous week ahead. Don't worry, this live stream was not paid with a permit of 50,000 ringgit. Thank God for that. Take care, everyone. Bye.
I'm funny. Come on, give it up. Don't start no shit. What? Don't start no shit. What? Glad y'all come to the show. This is very exciting. This is very exciting. This is very exciting. This is very exciting. Very exciting. What? What? Don't start.